palette pastels emulate eyeshadows. There's 18 colours here. There's 4 different palettes, so that's 72 of these gorgeous little colours that you can have sitting there right next to you. Maximum creative options in the smallest space possible. Keep on watching to see all of the different ways that there are to apply these. But one of the other little things that I just love about them is they open like a little book. Oh, excuse me, it's so pretty. I believe that drawing is theatre and you can add extra drama. So one of the things that I love about having these pastels, look at these colours, these are just 2 of the palettes, is that I can put on my drawings and paintings eyeshadows and colours that I myself would never wear, either because I'm not brave enough or they just don't suit me. So I can have a lot of fun living vicariously through my art. The absolutely beautiful and versatile palette pastels are inspired by eyeshadow. There are 4 colour books that open. 3 of the sets are filled with 18 matte pastels in each one, and the mineralized set has a baked duochrome finish that's shimmering, has iridescent qualities and beautiful for adding highlight and a metallic sheen. The formula feels so soft and creamy, just like a gorgeous ultra pigmented eyeshadow. But these are formulated for your artwork. There's lots of different ways of applying them, from using your hands through to the different blenders that are part of this collection, and I have another whole video that is dedicated to showing you all of the different applicators and brushes. I've always adored pastels, but they take up so much space whenever I'm working, so I tend not to use them. I've got a gorgeous collection of them, hardly ever used. So when I was coming to create my own pastels, I wanted to create something that was easier to work with, a system that allowed for organization and allowed for me to have all of my gorgeous colors at my fingertips without overwhelming my entire work area. I wanted a system that was nestable, which these palettes are, and I can work with them either on the left or the right of me. I can have some palettes on one side, some on the other. I can have them all together in a whole great big rainbow. It's so versatile and inviting and quick for me to set up. Usually pastels are applied to a grittier surface, but the palette pastels actually don't mind a smooth surface, especially when you're applying them with my blend-in set and my batten blenders. I've got several surface sets in the Making Faces collection. On screen is an example from the I contoured face charts. This is quite a versatile, smooth mixed media paper that the palette pastels really quite love because of their formulation. There's also another surface set in this collection called Not Quite a Blank Slate, and that has a textured mixed media surface that the pastels love as well. And in my foundation layer set, that's a canvas paper that these pastels adore too. I also use them in the Jane Davenport mixed media art journals. And I absolutely encourage you to try them on whatever surface it is that you love to work with as well. They're fabulous on traditional pastel surfaces, and they're a wonderful addition to whatever pastels you already currently enjoy. You can also create an acrylic surface with black gesso, white gesso, clear gesso, matte medium, and my matte acrylic paints. These all make a rough enough texture for the palette pastels to sit up on and love. There's a little bonus that comes with each of the palette pastels, a card with swatches on the back and some bonus art. The paper itself though has a satin finish. It's not that receptive for the palette pastels. So you can add some clear gesso to that to make it give it a little bit more grit, give the palette pastel something else to hang on to. You can apply the color to it. It's not really going to give you a true indication. It's very, very light. So what you can add, of course, is that clear gesso, and also on my website, I've also got some downloadable swatch cards for you, which you can print onto whatever paper you like. I've actually got it on a fairly smooth cardstock, but it is very matte, so I can get the color to show up on there. But also on the screen, what I've got is some pastel paper that's got watercolor in the background so that you can see how beautiful these palette pastels are when you've got them over a gorgeous background. And I've also got a page painted in my journal with black gesso. All of these things are dry, of course. And it's just so you can see how different the palette pastels look on each surface. And because I'm going to be changing colours all the time, I'll want to just clean off my applicator in between each colour. So I'm going to use a little bit of sponge that I've put into one of my brush buff scrubbers. So this is the little brush spa side. You can use either side just to help knock the pastel off your applicator, or you can rub it onto one of the blend-in sponges. You'll see me using both methods throughout the video. Now let's talk about the colors. We start with Easy Peasy, Surreal, and This Moment. Then that morphs into our blue greens. That's our greens at the top. Our blue greens are Cool Girl, Roll My Eyes, and Platonic. Stepping into some more true blues in Calm Mind, Serenity Now, and Deep State. Oh, they're so beautiful on the colours. Slow Down, Blue Steel, and Take a Breath are starting to go into our deeper blues, going almost into purples. Then we have Smooth, Meditation, and Dreamer. These are all purples, lilacs, more cool tones. Then we have Aura, Tune In, and Mindful. And before we go from our chilled out names into our high velocity lit up names, I just want to show you I started putting this on the wrong swatch card. And I want to show you how easy it is to correct a mistake with palette pastels. You just erase with a normal eraser. So in keeping with the lit up palette name, these are high key names. We start with our bright yellow, Sunny Day. Next we go into Happiness and Cartwheel. And can you see how different they look on the different surfaces? Oh, they're gorgeous. So in the palette or on certain surfaces they can look similar, but when you see them on a different surface you see how individual each colour is. The next colours are Kiss Chase, Skipping Rope, Hopscotch in our reds and oranges. Then we go into Hide and Seek, which is a beautiful soft pink, Ring a Rosy, and Maypole, which is going into more of a coral. The next line down starts with Cupcake. Then we have Hula Hoop and Super Kawaii, which is a really bright neon pink. Look at it on the watercolor painted pastel card. Oh, and that black gesso, divine. In the next line down, we have Carousel, Carnival, and Funfair. So these are all up-key fun event names. I love naming colors. The next color down is Trapeze, Music Festival, and Show Pony. I want to show you the Mineral Eyes palette next. These are a shimmering or baked pastel. So they've got a luminous quality, a metallic quality to them, or gemstone-like quality. On the white paper here, this smooth cardstock, you hardly can see them show up. But when you look at the paper, it has a duochrome effect on the page, but where you really see them singing is on the coloured background and on that black background. I mean, look at those colours. The names of them are all named after semi-precious gemstones. So we start with rose quartz, rhodochrosite, red jade on the top of that line, blue topaz, blue halite, lapis lazuli, amazonite, apatite, sugarlite, nephrite, austenite, serpentine, citrine, attar jade, tiger iron, pyrite, sillimanite, and tourmaline. I don't know if I'm pronouncing these even correctly, but I'm having a good go. And let's move on to the final set. So these colours are beautiful soft neutrals, a few fancy pinks and lavenders in there as well for building skin tones. Let's start with those beautiful mauves, the nice lilacs at the top. That's romantic, perfect date and bouquet toss. On the next line down, we have glow, beautiful highlight color, beautiful cheek color. Also for the inner corner of the eye and the waterline, pinky promise and sunset kiss. Similarly, great for those areas as well as for lips. Coquette is still a pink tone, but it is going more neutral. The color is coming out of these. It's a warm tone. Cloud 9, again, similar in standing as Coquette, but just slightly different shade. Foley is the color of a banana powder, which is a makeup powder as well that makes the skin look nice and healthy. Next colors down are Bling, Dreamboat, and Game Face. They're quite a nice light skin tone. Then we go into a nice warm skin tone in Blaze, Glorious, and Gleam. So these are warmer red undertoned skins. Whisper is bright white for highlights. Then we have Saucy and Bay, which have cooler undertones. The Bay has a cooler undertone. So you've got a beautiful variety of all sorts of different colors that you can use to build skin tone. I hope that you've found this overview of the palette pastels helpful, and this look at the colors, how they work on different surfaces, different ways of applying them. Of course, I have other videos that show them in use and me using them in actual artwork. They're so much fun. Oh, look at those glowing colors. That's the Mineralize. Oh my gosh, they make my heart happy. If you're watching this video on YouTube, you'll find all the links that you need for my social media, my Facebook group in the description box below. And if you're watching this video on my website or another website, hi, come and check out my YouTube channel, subscribe. I post regularly with all sorts of techniques for my art supply collection. See you there.